This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Arn, let's jump into it. You said we're here to entertain, and that's what we're here to do. Last week, we covered the final days of your career with Crockett, the manner in which it happened, the way you went out, staring up at the lights, doing the honors for your real-life best friend, Bobby Eaton. And to put a bow on the show that we talked about last week, I did find a write-up from Bruce Mitchell about your departure from Jim Crockett. And by the way, Bruce was one of the men who sat in the front row wearing a suit, cheering for you guys with the four fingers in the air. And I remember he hosted the Arn Show live in Winston-Salem a few years ago as part of WrestleCade. And you guys shared some stories that were amazing. And he verified everything you ever told us about Greensboro. But what I found was an article that was published, written by him in The Observer around this time period. And I wanted to read it to you and to our listeners. And this is what it said. It said, Saturday night, Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard changed the bottom line. Two guys who symbolized the virtues of traditional wrestling by their hard work, professionalism, and no-nonsense personas left NWA, ending, to my mind, what was the best long-term concept I'd ever seen in 10 years of being a wrestling fan, the Four Horsemen. The reasons for their leaving are as obvious as they are depressing. If two real wrestlers are ready to leave the top of the promotion and their best feud, talking about the Midnights, both in the ring and in gate potential that they've ever had as a team, in exchange for a pass into the land of corporate wrestling decisions, that says more about the state of Jim Crockett Promotions than any wild rumors. So I can't say it any better there, Arn. The Horsemen were gutted with you and Tully's departure, and you guys left on top. So any comments on that before we jump into October of '88? What do you think about Bruce's words there?
Well, he's very astute because I think, and you know me, Paul, now enough to know kind of how I think and how I act and react to situations. If I thought there would have been any other way, I didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
You know, it was one of those situations that I had to leave. And in this business, my experience, and, you know, I've been around a long time. I'm pushing close to 40 years in the business. And that's been a continual ride, A to F. I haven't had a period where I disappeared for a year or two or whatever. It's been straight through. So I've seen the transition of the entire industry over since 1982. Sometimes in this business, and I even advise the young kids, you have to say no. And I never knew you could say no. But a couple things need to come in, to be factored in when you do say no. You better be right. You better stand by your convictions. You better have reasons in your own mind, and be aware of the fact that when you roll the dice and you say no, one of two things can happen. One can end very badly. Oh, no? The answer is no? Okay, get your bags and hit the back door. That's one thing. Number two, if you're right and you've never said no before, the look in people's eyes are disbelief, reevaluating maybe their stance. A lot of different things can happen, but sometimes some good can come from it. But you can't say no again 2 weeks from then, 3 weeks, 3 months, a year. You get that one time to say no, and you better be prepared for the repercussions. And we were ready for those. When we said no, we meant no.
There you go.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.